see if it works.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lovely, thank you. Thanks, Adam. So I'm going to take you on a journey today. I'm not going to talk very much about deep insurance, partly because I don't know much about deep insurance. I work for a financial services consultancy called Capco, and I'm studying for a master's, and my dissertation is blockchain. So we can today imagine insurance in the year 2030. Oops, too far? Not far enough.
Oh, do you mean to do it? I'll do it.
Yeah, thanks. So smart cars, I imagine they'll look something like this. In fact, this is BMW's concept release of their self-driving car. Very nice. So imagine a chap called Martin. He works in the insurance industry, much like a lot of you here. He decides that he wants to buy a new car. So he says, Siri, where's the nearest BMW dealership? And Siri tells him that it's 5 miles away. And he decides that he wants to buy one of these cars, so he pays for it through his digital currency wallet. And the car starts driving towards his address. Now, on the way, he realizes, of course, that he needs to have an insurance contract. So let's imagine that the way he'll buy an insurance contract in the year 2030 is through a peer-to-peer blockchain market. So in the paradigm of peer-to-peer, it matches supply and demand. So Martin might put in his details, he'll put in his address, normal things that we might see now, like does he put his car in the garage, is it on the drive overnight? And basically these policies are underwritten by his peers as opposed to traditional insurance companies as they are now. Blockchain can make all of this possible because it negates the need for trust, much like we've heard today from George and the others. And something like a distributed autonomous organization can provide the governance needed for that. So also, again, as we've heard today, that transparency is a huge thing in the insurance industry, especially for progression of that. And having all of these details on a blockchain, if it was public, for example, would definitely provide that transparency. And Dynamis, Hans mentioned them earlier, they're actually doing this on the Ethereum blockchain now. So we can also imagine a world where he has a smart identity, this Martin chap. This might be something that's managed by HMRC or some other governing body. DVLA might contribute to that. They're basically confirming that you have indeed passed your driving license, but also what they're carrying there is an immutable transaction list of anything that's happened during your driving career, such as speeding, driving offences, and potentially even other insurance contracts that you've had through your car, with cars historically. Deloitte are actually currently working on a proof of concept, and I know that one of the speakers after me is talking about identity as well, so I will leave it there for identity. So this all comes together in smart contracts. I know we've heard them mentioned here before today, and it's potentially been noted that smart contract isn't the smartest way to describe them. But basically the contract is set up based on the car, it's based on your identity, it's based on all this information that you want to encode into a blockchain, into a transaction. So it can also be set up to pay out automatically if an accident occurs too. This will essentially have the benefit of reducing processing time, which will reduce administration costs for insurance companies, but also massively increase customer satisfaction, I'd imagine. So smart claims, as I mentioned there, they can the contract can automatically be executed if an accident happens. But also let's imagine what cars will be like in the year 2030. There'll be one big Internet of Things device, thousands and millions of sensors outside, inside. They'll know if somebody's sitting in the car, they'll know what the weather's like. It's particularly bad driving conditions today, I believe. So telematics, for example, can report speed, the distance, turning, can essentially build up a personality of what you're like driving your car, which could potentially feed into next time you renew this policy because you have a driving personality. If you're reckless, your premiums are likely to be higher. If you're a very sensible driver, it makes sense that they're lower. And additionally, very fitting today, we could have an automated weather warning saying a terrible hailstorm occurring, which might mean that you, in fact, don't go out in your car that day, which will potentially decrease the risk of accidents and claims and, God forbid, injury as well. And again, as we've heard today, the immutability part of blockchain, one of its characteristics, means that you can't claim for insurance twice. It's already on the blockchain. Okay, and smart payouts. Leading on from that, it can automatically pay out. The contract will be automatically executed if a car happens. So, say Martin has a really fun first day whizzing around in his new BMW.